Thank you. So, my name is Virali Modi. I'm 26 years old from Mumbai. I'm a disability rights activist and a motivational speaker. So, I guess my story starts back in the US. I was raised in the US for 17 years. And ever since a young age, I've always wanted to be an actress and a model. But unfortunately, in 2006, I had come to India for a month. And when I got back, I am assuming that I got malaria. I was having the symptoms of malaria, basically feeling cold, feeling hot, having a very bad headache, fevers. So my parents took me to my doctor, and he gave me a normal paracetamol or a crocin, and said that it's probably just a viral fever and just to keep a look on it. Now, once I would take the medicine, the fever would go away. And once the effects of the medicine wore off, the fevers would skyrocket to 103, 104 degrees. So we went to the emergency room and they did all of their routine tests, urine culture, blood culture, MRI, CT scan, and everything was normal. They even did a spinal tap, so that's when you take a needle and insert it into the lumbar region of the spinal cord. And that was also normal, negative. Now, my mother told them that I had gone to India and I probably got malaria, and if they could give me the medicine. The doctors said no because all of the tests were normal. Now, that evening, I was discharged and I was taken home, and I fell asleep outside in the living room. The next morning, my mom comes and she runs her hand across my hair, and I wake up and I start hallucinating. I don't recognize her, and I tell her that you're dead. You're not my mother, you're dead. My mother is dead for me. And you've kidnapped me and you've brought me here. I want you to take me home. So my mother was worried and she told me, okay, fine. You go to sleep, and when you wake up, I'll take you to your house. And I went to sleep, and within 5 minutes, my grandmother comes and she does the same gesture. I wake up and I'm totally fine. I'm normal. So my mom decides to take me to the doctor, but before that, she tells me to get up and brush my teeth and have breakfast. Now, as soon as I get up to walk, I'm limping. I'm not able to walk properly. I'm walking as if I've had too much to drink. And I go to the washroom and I can't go to the washroom. I cannot urinate. So my mom and dad took me to the emergency room and they drained my bladder. They transferred me to a bigger hospital where they did an MRI, and they're assuming when they did the MRI, when they got the reports back, they assumed that they saw a shadow in the back of my neck, but nothing was conclusive. So they went in to take me for another spinal tap. And after they did the spinal tap and they turned me on my back, I had a really bad seizure. Now, after the seizure, my blood pressure skyrocketed. I vomited. Half of the vomit went into my lungs and half came out. And because of that, I went into respiratory arrest and I went into cardiac arrest. I couldn't breathe and my heart was gone. I was declared dead for 7 minutes. Now, the doctors, they tried shocking my heart back 3 times, and after the third time, they were successful. They got a minute heartbeat back and they transferred me to the ICU. During that time, they put me on a ventilator. I had a breathing tube shoved down my throat, and I was fine. I came into consciousness in the evening and I could recognize everybody. The next day, they did another spinal tap and I went into a coma. I was in a coma for 23 days, during which I was declared dead 2 more times. So, in total, 3 times I was declared dead. One time, my body temperature went below 90 degrees Fahrenheit and it regulated on its own after 40 minutes. The second time, I lost so much blood that my hemoglobin went below 4, and again, it regulated all on its own. The doctors, till date, have no idea what happened to me and why all of this happened. They have no idea. Now, on the 21st of September 2006, the doctors had a meeting with my parents where they said that they wanted to pull the plug on my ventilator. Basically, they wanted to kill me. Now, my mom, she fell on the floor on the with the holding the doctor's foot, and she was crying, and she told her that her 15th my 15th birthday is coming up, Virali's 15th birthday, and I want to celebrate it. So I don't care what you have to do, but you have to get me permission. On the 29th of September, they decorated my room, they called all of my family members, and at 3:05 p.m., that is when I was born, the exact time that I was born, my dad took my hand, everyone is singing happy birthday. And at 3:05 p.m., I cut the cake and I opened my eyes. I opened my eyes, and the doctors, they rushed into the room because people were screaming. They do an evaluation and they hug my mom and they tell her that Virali is out of danger. I go back into a coma after 20 minutes, and on the 5th of October, they take me into the operation room. They take the breathing tube out of my mouth and they put it through my neck, called a tracheostomy. I come out of my coma and everything is fine except for the fact that I was paralyzed from the neck down. A month later, I was discharged and I came home. And I was like a newborn baby. If you would sit me up, I would fall over. Now, during that time, I found out that my friends were spreading nasty rumors about me, about how I became wheelchair bound. And I have no idea what they said, but I know that they were spreading rumors about me. And I tried contacting them, and they would not talk to me. They said that I was a burden on them, and I lost my friends. And for a girl that's only 15 years old, having no social life is really difficult. And at that point in time, I had become so depressed that I told my mom that I don't want to live. I have no right to live. I'm losing my friends. And something that's really important that my mom told me is that I shouldn't seek validation from anybody. I should learn how to accept myself. And I cannot expect people to accept myself if I don't love myself. And the day that I start loving myself, I won't need anybody. I'll be happy in my own company. I understood that. I took it with a grain of salt, to be honest. Now comes my 16th birthday. My family and I, we all got together to celebrate my 16th birthday. We went to the Rocky Mountains and they rented out a cabin that wasn't accessible, which is their fault, to be honest. And because it wasn't accessible, I had to be carried and lifted everywhere with my wheelchair. Now, my uncles started talking about me behind my back, saying that, oh my god, she's so fat, we have to carry her. And because of her, now I've gotten back pain. And I heard that, and that really disheartened me. Now, my 16th birthday, no one wished me, no one even spoke to me. And my cousins, if they wanted to come and hang out with me, my aunt would stop them and she would tell them, don't hang out with Virali, because if you do na, you'll also become wheelchair bound, you'll also become disabled. And that was devastating for me. Now again, that is another point in my life where I'd given up hope, and I didn't want to live. I'd become depressed. Now my mother and father, they told me something, and they said that people who don't love you, especially family members, they don't accept you for who you are, they don't deserve to be in your life. You need to be content with yourself, and you need to love yourself. Again, that same lesson that she taught me, that they taught me. Now comes 2008. I shifted to India, and I shifted to Mumbai actually. And from Mumbai, I had to take a train to Delhi. And now, as you all know, there is nothing like accessibility in India. Our infrastructure does not support it. And I get to the train station, I get to the platform, and I look at the train. I'm near my compartment, and I'm thinking, yeah, there must be a ramp there must be a lift, something that will help me get inside. There wasn't, obviously. My mom had to call two porters, and they come and they're staring at me as if I'm a piece of meat, as if I'm a piece of luggage. They're looking at me with dirty eyes. And this one guy, he comes and he holds me from my knees, and the other guy comes and holds me from my shoulders. When they lift me, the guy holding me from my shoulders, he wraps his arms around my chest and he gropes me. He's manhandling me and he's molesting me. And at that time, I thought it was probably a mistake, but his repetitive movements confirmed my doubts. I didn't say anything because I was scared of being slut shamed. I didn't want my mom to be slut shamed. And this didn't happen just once. This happened two more times. So, in a total of three times. And I didn't say anything until 2017, early 2017. I wanted to raise my voice about this issue. And I spoke to my parents and I told them that I want to talk about this. But should I? So they said, go for it. Why not? I said, because what will people say? What will people think? Log kya kahenge? Basically. So they said one really important thing. They said, listen, we are the ones feeding you. We are the ones taking care of you, not this whole world. So their opinion should not matter. Log kya kahenge shouldn't matter at all. We are the ones that are feeding you. And if someone has to say anything about it, we'll be the ones to shut them up. So you do what you have to do. So I started the petition called hashtag MyTrain2, and currently it has over 2 lakh signatures. And with that, on an individual level with the railway official, I have made 6 stations totally wheelchair accessible in the south. Thank you. Not with the help of the government, but on an individual level. Now, after that, I was awarded the Women's Achiever Award by Delhi Commission of Women, the Rising Star of India Award by We Are the City. I was also named as one of the most influential and inspirational women by BBC 100 Women 2017. I was also featured in a 2-page spread in Femina magazine. And along with that, I currently work for a travel agency called Enable Travel. And along with that, we've started a petition together called Ramp My Restaurant, where we're asking restaurants to ramp up and pleading them to have a ramp available because there are 27 million people in India that are disabled and they don't have anywhere else to go because of the mentality and because of infrastructure. And now I want to request all of you, if you are going anywhere and if you see a place that doesn't have a ramp or they don't have a portable ramp, request the management. Not request, I'm sorry, demand the management to get a ramp in place because it is our right and we deserve the right to have a ramp and we deserve the right to accessibility. Now, at the beginning of this talk, I said something. I said that I always aspired and dreamt of being a model and being an actress. And I'm so incredibly elated and so incredibly happy to share this with you guys. I worked with Salman Khan. I shot with Salman Khan in the beginning of January. We shot for the Being Human clothing campaign, and out of all of the people in India, only 7 people were chosen for this. And I can't tell you how happy I am. Thank you. Along with that, I'm also winning the Bharat Prerna Award of 2018. Thank you. Now, before I leave you guys, I just want to leave you with this one thought. Never give up. I know that it's really easy to say, and I know it's really hard to put into action, but don't give up. I know people do get depressed, and life is a struggle. Believe me, that is the definition of life, a struggle. But life is also beautiful, and life is also love. And I just want to say, don't give up. You have the strength within you to fight for what you believe in and to fight for what you want. And if people aren't supporting you, well, don't worry. I'm there to support you. So please, don't give up. Be strong and be positive and just carry yourself with a smile. Thank you.